TRYP Expo in Funkhaus Berlin. It's going to be my space. It started!
What attracts me a lot is the colors and the shining.
Maybe this is the horse of the ultimate everything.
Thank you for this masterpiece.
Thank you. Hi, I am Alena Amaterra. Welcome to my art video blog. Today I visit the venue where will be the exhibition, huge exhibition, TRYP Expo. And I'm super excited to go because it will be in Funkhaus Berlin. And I think that I heard quite some rumors about this building. For sure, it's a pretty cool building and it's from DDR, and so yeah, and we will be having a huge exhibition over there dedicated to psychedelic culture, and I will be showing there some of my artworks, including ZENTRUM, the one which I have been painting for quite some time and now ready to show. Originally built in the 1950s as the broadcasting center of East Germany, Funkhaus Berlin was designed by Bauhaus-trained architect Franz Ehrlich. Today, the former DDR radio complex has transformed into one of Berlin's most unique cultural spaces, hosting exhibitions, concerts, festivals, and experimental events. Good morning! Today is the build of the TRYP Expo, and I'm bringing the artworks, my paintings and art installation, and also the things for the performance which I'm doing. That will be a live painting. As usual, yesterday till the very late night I was preparing everything, making a sign for my performance and varnishing everything one more time. Yeah, now I'm packing everything and going there. The painting process of ZENTRUM is documented in my audio-visual meditation series. I leave the link here. Everything is packed up and we are ready to go. Here I am at TRYP Expo in Funkhaus Berlin. Yeah, this is going to be my space. We are going to install a big installation, ZENTRUM Seed, over here. And then underneath it will be my paintings and also my performance, live painting. At first, we wanted to build an aluminum frame for the fabric to stretch it more evenly, but the frame broke. So, in the end, we hung it using straps attached from 6 sides. I'll leave a link to the video showing how the ZENTRUM Seed installation came to life. Давай проверим. It's already about 7 p.m. and we came here today maybe around 12, and we, I guess, just finished setting up. Yeah, it looks nice so far. Yeah, this is the setup. ZENTRUM in the center, then ZENTRUM Seed as a ceiling decor, and also my other artworks, Ouroboros, gold stream. And here will be the live painting, the new Phoenix painting, which I'm doing at the moment. I also have one more painting in the back. Maybe I will solve it tomorrow. Yeah, but so far I think it looks pretty good. It's just when you enter. So here I am coming to the art space, and what I see directly is my part here. Yeah. And the whole setup is still going on. Look at those. It's still half empty. Well, okay, maybe not half empty, but still a lot to do. It started! Here I am at TRYP Expo. Today is the first day. Here are my artworks. Yeah, pretty happy with the setup. And now I will start my live painting. You can watch the full process of creating this artwork, Phoenix, in my audio-visual meditation series. I'll leave the link here once the video is ready. Meanwhile, in other parts of the exhibition. My stand was gaining attention. What do you see here?
What I see here, I see cycles, you know, like the life cycle. We are getting to life again. So, and this woman is like from her womb giving life. It's like, you know, a tree of life I see here. And then all cycles. Zentrum, it's meaningful. So, are we the center of universe?
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, why not?
It's center
This,
of
I
everything.
also like this asymmetric thing, you know, because normally we always find beauty in symmetrical things, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like it can be also asymmetrical.
Yeah.
So it's also nice. It's a beautiful piece.
What else do you see? Do you see some signs?
There's also some science.
Yeah,
What kind of
like-
science?
Well, I don't know. Whatever comes to
What
your
I
mind.
see is like the, you know, women are, you know, more precious creatures than men because they are giving birth, they are giving life.
Yeah, but don't you think it's like both?
It's
Yeah,
both.
yeah,
It's not
male
just a
and-
woman, but also
Yeah.
it's like they are blended together,
Yes.
man and woman together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see. This is why asymmetric because this is the man,
Yes.
this is the woman.
Yes.
I didn't think from the beginning like that, you know.
Okay.
But it's good. They're just blended together.
Yeah.
Centrum. Is this sun?
Yeah.
Why not? You know, in the past, of course, people, when they don't have the technology, they always think that Earth is the center of universe.
Yes.
Sun is just, you know, the only biggest thing they know.
Somewhere else.
Now we know that we are just in the, you know, suburbs of space. Like we are very far from the center. We are not that central beings as we think before, you know, like, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we don't have to be in the center of universe.
Yeah, but this artwork is actually called Centrum.
Yeah, it's central.
And that is a bit more like
We are the center.
we are the center. I mean, do you know
Wherever you go, you are the center.
we are like the humanity in general, and it's like we all have this core center inside us. If you look a bit closer, I mean not closer, but okay, look it from the distance, you can see. Do you see the atom shape? Like this is the heart, and then there is like an atom shape.
It's also atom. Yeah, it's also, you know, reminds me, you know, the planets, you know, Earth, Saturn, they are like aligned on the same.
I didn't think about this. This
I
is
mean,
more like chakras, the energy.
And art is good when artist doesn't, you know, think about things that while he was doing it, he doesn't think about what others can see. Then when it's a beautiful art, it's when, you know, other people start to see things that you even didn't think about while you are doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you for saying that.
Great, great work.
This painting spoke the most to me because it reminded me, like, maybe obviously, it reminded me of a tree and the roots of a tree. And this speaks to me because the tree normally is that what is visible for us people, but the maybe more important thing is how deep the roots of the tree are, because the roots are the part which we normally do not see, but just the roots, they define how beautiful and how large and so on the tree is. And yeah, this spoke to me because it reminded me how important the trees, the roots we have are. And also you see this like eternity thing here, and I have to I have to think about it again, because maybe there's something like which means eternity in this whole relationship between the roots and the tree. Yeah, maybe there's some mysterious part in it, and this is what the picture, the painting reminded me.
We are from the Yawanawa people, from the Comitiva Yawavaka, and sharing these moments with you means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Today is the second day of TRYP Expo. I have just arrived, still drinking my morning coffee. Yesterday went so fast, so many connections, so many deep talks, so many beautiful people, and in the end, in the evening, there was so beautiful concert by the indigenous people from Brazil. Oh, that was really healing and really touching. I was crying and dancing like crazy. Yeah, now slowly I'm starting the next day, the second day of the expo. I also started my painting yesterday. Now I'm going to continue it. I think it's a pretty good idea to do it because when I'm here and painting and people come over, ask me questions, and in general I'm always here but not like just standing and doing something interesting and attractive. People also take photos and videos of me painting, so yeah, I think it's a good strategy. Cheers to the second day of TRYP Expo. Okay, what do you see here?
So basically what I'm seeing is the peak of a very, very beautiful LSD trip where you have an animal that has different parts and shapes. You start with a horse face, or maybe it's a dragon. You have two eyes here that a little bit like loosen it. You have a mouth here, you have the piece of the neck is here. Up you have ears, they can be dragon ears, dragon horns, or maybe it's a horse face. As I said, it's kind of, it can be both, right? It goes more up here. There is the wings, there is one wing, there is another wing that shapes up here. We have the neck part which curves into the body here, that goes down, and this could be like the mermaid. It curves down into a mermaid, which itself goes back into a bird. If you can see here the bird's eye, and this is the bird. Maybe it's the bird that has the long, I don't know the name, the long thing, and is very fast one. Colibri. It's a colibri.
Colibri?
Yeah. It's a colibri that passes here. And I mean, here you see clearly this is the skin of a dragon. You have the shape of the dragon is here. So this is basically this is whatever you want it to be. That's my interpretation, what I'm seeing right now. And it's not even finished yet, right?
It is finished.
It is finished, so it's perfect. Yeah, look, there's another kind of bird or something inside here, inside the wing. This thing is multidimensional. You can read it from right to left or left to right.
It's so interesting because for me it was pure abstraction. I didn't plan any kind of animal or any kind of bird or just anything. It just was like the pure flow. There was no intention to paint something specific. And then you see so much in it. It's so beautiful.
Because some people have been in that state and have seen the things like that, and so that is easy to imagine it. If you know it's there, you can imagine it. You know, like, yeah, I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Also here, look. I mean, there's another bird. There is another mouth. There is the eye, and it goes down like that. Another bird.
I also see it.
And this bird comes out from, I don't know, the neck of this horse. Maybe this is the horse of the ultimate everything. Like this is the horse of the creation.
Horse of creation, nice.
I mean,
I love it.
it could be the horse of creation, the one that creates everything.
Aww.
And you can see everything is floating out of the horse of creation.
Yeah.
And he do this not only up, because there are a lot of birds, but also down. You know, the horse is creating from all his body, basically. And the more I look at, if you just look from the far and you look at all the eyes with the inside, you see many birds or many kind of animals, like everywhere.
Wow, thank you for so deep explanation.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Something like the yin-yang
symbol and the balance of life.
Yes.
And a male and a female body.
Yes. I also see the balance. I like that. It's in perfect synchronicity with each other, the male and the female, creating the whole and everything as it is. Yeah.
Works together.
Yeah. And it's a creation itself,
Yeah.
from flowing from below through the body and the sky. Yeah. Yeah.
Very beautiful, yeah.
In the shamanic belief, they say the mother is the earth and the father is in the sky. So it combines everything perfectly, this image, yeah. Or your painting, sorry, your work, yeah. It's a perfect blend of the different spheres coming together on one canvas. Well done. Thank you. And it's a good center point for meditation, I can imagine.
And also you see some trees maybe and the growth,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
roots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Life. Hello.
Hi. So I think at the beginning was this one, but when I went through, it's definitely the green one.
The green one.
Yes. Because it's like, it has a lot of meanings for me, like the 8, but the infinity and the eyes and the tree and the interconnection and the geometry. It's crazy. It's like the universe in one. And the green, which is like a deep color of like earth, nature and healing. So yeah, that's crazy. That's the one. Amazing job.
Thank you very much.
I love it that I could stare at it long and even go deeper if I would be tripping, but I feel like you don't need to be on anything like psychedelic to enjoy the psychedelic trip of art. So I love your art.
Thank you.
This central one right here because I like that it's in such a big canvas, if that makes sense. And I think art is about expressing yourself to the world and not being afraid. I think if you're contracted in yourself, in your identity, in your heart, then it's not really possible to do much art, or at least authentic art. And if you want to do real art, you have to go big, you have to open your heart, you have to share it. So that's why I think I like the big one. And also what I like is that it shows the integration of masculine and feminine, if I'm correct, because I see the yin yang, I see the masculine, feminine, different sides, as you might think logically, but I think intuitively we can all sort of sense, if we're being honest with ourselves, that they're just two aspects of one being, of life and everything. And I think to be healthy in life, you have to be holistic, you have to be integrated. And we see this nowadays a lot. I think we are still in the dark ages despite the technological advancements. And if you look at mainstream culture, you see it portrayed, or lack of consciousness in many of these areas. So you see like toxic masculinity being portrayed, the young guys don't have any good role models. And actually I think what is good for guys and women to go through is to go through phases of integrating both sides. So for men to be comfortable with long hair. I had a phase where I had super long hair. We were here at TRYP Expo, so you know that's where I discovered meditation, psychedelics and everything. Maybe I'll go back to long hair at some point, but I'm not attached to having this fresh cut or long hair or dancing or not dancing or having a lot of muscle or not. I think it's been a journey for me because I had to unlearn a lot of things, but this painting kind of speaks to my journey because I think I can only speak from the guy perspective, but for me I know now and I can sort of spot also in younger guys myself and what I used to not accept and not integrate and fight against, and now I feel so much more free, yeah, because I can integrate both sides, and I think that's a good thing to do. Can't really speak to the feminine perspective too much, but I think you'll know what I mean. And of course, maybe just sitting with paintings like these can also help you integrate that, because it just shows you in an artsy way the same message that I just tried to explicate with words, but this just does it with art. So I think that's a really cool thing to do, to integrate one's insights, whether they come from just thinking or being in nature or meditation or psychedelics. And by the way, psychedelics will teach you that really fast. If you have a huge integrated male ego doing a little bit of LSD in the forest or whatever, you know, it will help you a lot to integrate this kind of thing. So yeah, really good work, and amazing
Thank you.
to explore this art gallery here.
Thank you very much. Hello, beautiful woman. So, which art speaks the most for you?
I think, to be honest, all of the artworks for me have a different message. What I love about the art is, what attracts me a lot is the colors and the shining, because it's, for example, like also in this one, I feel like the mixture of like this like white plane, and then like you have the shining, glowing UV in like yellow. I think like I love the contrast. I love the clash between like something really straight and clean mixing with like neon, and like I also love because how I like met the artist. I started to explore because I think also perspective changed. So right now it's daylight, but like when you go with UV, view. It's shining, but I would also like, I see other patterns, the patterns which are hidden when the light is on, because like this I cannot see the strokes as much, but I really love it when the artworks change based on perspection, and I think the artist plays a lot with perspection. And also like this one, I like it a lot because it's so symmetric and asymmetric. It's like the shape, it looks to the eye first of really symmetric, but as soon as you look closer, you see like all the different shapes and things which vary whilst keeping the symmetric. So I really love how the art is a mixture of like light, perspection, and also it depends on the day, time, and mood when you view them into what you see, and I really love that.
What do you think?
So there is one specific painting that really speaks to me, but I feel like all of them have a lot to do with energies and also organic matter, and I really love the organic shapes because everything is very fluid, and it kind of I feel like it also speaks to me in a more spiritual way that people should be a bit more like water, where they kind of adjust no matter what's, let's say, bad things happen or whatever. It's always just going around it and managing everything and being resilient. And I feel like the way that these paintings also are with like their organicness, it kind of makes you get a bit more, makes you more inspired to be resilient, and it kind of like shows this part of human nature. But yeah, I really like this one here, the connected one. It's really beautiful. It feels a lot like something that is also on a very, I guess, like a micro level of like organic, like organs, also like our human organs and hearts, and kind of like, I don't know, it also, I feel like I can see this pattern in nature, and I feel like it can also be seen in like human veins and all of that. And I love how balanced it is and how much depth it has as well. But it also has this very strong contrast of black and white. And yeah, I don't know, it just really, it feels very natural. It feels like reality in many ways, and nature as well. and yeah, I think I'm really enjoying that. And I really like how there is no specific kind of like rules for a lot of these paintings. They're very just kind of like flowy and very easy going in a way. A bit like something that just naturally came out of nature and not really as something that a human painted it and decided, oh, I'm going to paint these shapes and stuff. It just kind of feels very, I guess, like organically created and coming out from itself.
What do you see?
I can see a couple things. I would start with I realized it's a man and a woman, and of course you can see also the symbolics in the left and the right, and you can see the sun above, and the youngish person is praying to the sun. And then I realized it's not just the sun; it's also, of course, it's also the stars and the universe. And speaking about the universe, I saw this line, and this line gives like a feeling of room and like 3D space, a spheric thing, and it feels like this means the whole room, the whole universe, the space itself. And also you can see that this human or humanish thing has roots and goes to the soil, and also branches and reaching to the sky, so it's also a tree. And the corona behind the head is also like it has everything spiritual inside, like the corona, you know it from maybe biblical pictures. And yes, now I realize that the only common thing you can't see is the yin and yang symbol. The whole picture is yin and yang, but you can't see it anywhere like the classical form. And then here the roots looking very much like blood vessels also, and also like cheering or praying people. And I see here the plus symbol and the minus symbol, and at the first glance I realized that I don't understand this line, because everything else, this is like the upper part from the arms, and here the lower part with the roots, and then you have the whole space. But I didn't know what this is, because when you connect these lines, they intertwine with each other, and it's not like they are picturing the whole itself. And a friend of mine said, no, of course, these are magnetic field lines, and this is this hypothesis is supported by the minus and the plus symbol. And of course, the best, I forgot to speak about the best part, is all the chakras as well. And you can see that all the chakras are half and half, except the biggest one, the heart chakra, and the second biggest one is the intuition, the root chakra. And I actually didn't know, I don't know why this one is full, maybe to give it a more important
I can answer you.
You could answer me, okay.
Yeah.
then I would say, yeah, please enlighten me.
So you already noticed the atom shape, the universe shape, that's an energy. Did you notice? Because you were showing this, yeah?
Yes, I showed this and I thought about the whole room, but yes, of course, this is also the common model for atom and yes. And so this is this is a nucleus. I don't know. Nucleus is something else. This is like the atomatic. I can't say it in English.
Yeah.
The core.
The core. Yeah.
And
I believe the core is the dark matter, the black.
Oh yes. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
nice.
everything comes from this dark void.
Wow. I like it when everything in a picture has a meaning, and it's not like I did it because it's beautiful. If you see something, you can analyze it. I like that very much. Thank you for this masterpiece.
Thank you very much for saying those beautiful words. By the third day, I finally had time to explore more of the TRYP Expo.